Hi Hong Kong, I'm Gabrielle Aplin. I'd like to share the songs from my album English Rain with you. Go to MOOV.hk/musicguide to follow.
You kept all the things I threw away.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I was feeling very English at the time I wrote it, but it was an idea. It's a lyric in the song called November, which is on the album. And kind of had the idea about calling it English Rain. I had a few others, and then we did the photo shoot for the album, and we ended up using the umbrella photo. And it wasn't actually though until we put the strings and the orchestras on at the end of the recording process where I felt that each arrangement had a really English, wartime, kind of classic feel to it, and that's why I called it English Rain. Yeah, it was used for an advert in the UK for a department store called John Lewis. So every year they choose an artist to cover a song for their Christmas advert, and they're really big famous adverts in the UK. And I got chosen last year, and they chose The Power of Love for me, and I got to just do what I wanted with it, which is fantastic.
You are the snowstorm, I'm purified.
I love all sorts of different music, so I don't just listen to one thing. I think it's great to listen to lots of things, and I'm inspired by lots of different types of music as well. I really love bands. I like big anthemic bands. I've got Coldplay and The National and Elbow and bands like that. So yeah, and I love pop music as well. I mean, I explore different sounds all the time, and my album English Rain is kind of a result of exploring lots of different things. There's folk on there, but it's also got lots of other things on there as well. I've got lots of I was really inspired by like hymnal choral music, so I've got some of that on there. I was really inspired by a little bit of kind of soul, there's rock, and there's just lots of big anthemic stuff, and it's kind of the result of all of those different things. And I'd like to maybe explore some more kind of electronic stuff and see where that takes me.
So when I'm ready to be bolder and my cuts have healed the time.
Three of my favourites. I think they're all pretty good. I'm gonna like all of it. I think Salvation, Home and How Do You Feel Today are my three current favourites. Well, Salvation I actually just released a video for, and it was the first time I got to actually write the treatment myself, and kind of got to really just do it myself, which was fantastic. And I kind of chose who I wanted to work with, and it was all kind of my idea came together, and I was really happy about that. So that one's always really fun to play live because it starts off quiet and then it kind of ends in this big thing with lots of strobe lights and stuff. So that's my favourite for live at the moment. And How Do You Feel Today was actually a poem that I wrote, and I kind of started off writing poetry and short stories before I learned music, and I wrote that as a poem, and I just had the music for How Do You Feel Today and no lyrics to go with it, and I just placed them perfectly over the song. So that's a really special one for me. It just kind of happened.
As long as we're together.